gains. You ain't lift no weights.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Troy here with AlphaLion.com, and you are gonna love this video. I was trying to think of a way to make the best Get Bigger Arms video on YouTube. I was trying to think of something really outside the box and unique, and I was on my way to Mr. Olympia this weekend, and I decided that it would be really cool because I'm about to launch a series on the channel. If you're new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe, hit that notification bell, because I'm about to start this series where over the next 12 weeks, I'm trying to grow the size of my biceps and triceps as much as humanly possible. So I'm gonna be documenting some crazy outside the box regimens. There's a body scanning machine that I'm going to utilize in Los Angeles while I'm there for the duration of the experiment, and it actually measures how much muscle you're gaining in your bicep and tricep. So it basically is a body scan machine, and it's going to measure to like the 0.001 ounce on how much muscle I'm gaining in my bis and my tris. And I'm going to do the craziest, most outside the box tactics to grow the size of my arms, and I'm gonna document the entire experience for you guys. But I was thinking of a way to make the best video on getting bigger arms, and I was on my way to Mr. Olympia, and I was thinking it would just be amazing to interview like 7 bodybuilding legends and ask them one simple question. If they were trying to grow the size of their arms as much as humanly possible over the course of 12 weeks, what would the regimen be? Do it.
Picture man?
So we're with Nimai. He is an Instagram fitness celebrity. He's got monster biceps, and I've always been curious how he grows those arms. He's also a lifetime vegan.
Lifetime vegetarian, vegan the last 3 years. I have BB Pro, went pro last year. I didn't make it to Olympia this year, but next year I'll be there. I'll be the first vegan on stage.
Next year he's gonna be there. So, as you guys know, I'm doing this 12-week challenge, trying to grow my arms as big as possible over the next 12 weeks. So if you were me, how many days per week would you train your arms, and what outside the box tactics would you implement?
Here's the thing, I train my arms twice a week.
Bis and tris twice a week.
Bis and tris. I do bis and tris together, so like a push-pull day for arms. And I don't have like an outside of the box training technique that I recommend.
You don't do FST7, blood flow restriction, any of that?
I just do, I vary my sets. Okay. So some days or some weeks I'll do like 5 sets of 12, and then other weeks I'll do 10 sets of 10.
What about your rest time?
Rest time is something that you can vary, and it's like intensity is like the #1 thing that people overlook when they're in the gym. It's like, I can give you the same workout, and I can do the same workout, but if we have different intensities, we're gonna have different results.
That's an X factor, you know?
It
is. That intensity.
It is.
Understanding that, okay, maybe I'm not quite ready yet for the next step, but that's when you do that set.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You have to keep yourself, you have to give your body a reason to grow, and you're not gonna do it by staying in your comfort zone and doing the same things you always do. So like I said, you know, I switch up my reps. I do more or less the same workouts. My top 3 bicep workouts that I always preach to people are straight bar curls, heavy straight bar curls. I'll do reverse pyramids, so maybe do like, start off with 12, 15, and then go down to like 10 to 12, and just
going a little bit heavier
increase the weight each set, and really push myself. Force negatives, actually getting on a preacher curl, this would be a really good one for you. If you get on a preacher curl and get your partner to actually pull the weight down and you fight him.
I was just doing that yesterday with my friend Ryan Spiteri. I don't know who he is. We're doing a bicep workout in the gym. We're doing that.
That's I call it prison workout. It's a really good workout. The next thing I recommend to people is form. Form is everything. If you're not getting proper range of motion, if you're not getting full range of motion, you're not gonna.
Biceps, like keeping those shoulders back, right? Really
I keep chest out, shoulders back, elbows back, and just really try to eliminate everything except for the muscle that you're targeting. In this case, biceps. If you're swinging, if you're using your lower back, you're basically cheating yourself out of getting gains in your arms. So form, intensity, and just sometimes just stick to the basics. The basics work for a reason. You know, there's reasons why you don't see, you know, Phil Heath doing these crazy behind the head curls. You know, he's just in the gym. He's doing his dumbbell curls. You know, he's doing his straight bar curls because those work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So one last question: what's your favorite triceps exercise? Just like thickness and mass in the tricep.
Close grip bench press.
Close grip bench press.
Yeah, close grip bench press, and then overhead skull crusher or lying skull crushers. I like to go heavy with that, again with a spotter, always with a spotter if you're going heavy. Keeping your elbows tight, really trying to isolate your triceps and not put your shoulders into it. Other than that, dips are another great tricep builder. Absolutely. So like I said, sometimes the basics work, sometimes it's not an exotic, sexy workout. You just go in there and do the basics.
It's like tracking your lifts too, like maybe adding 2.5 to 5 pounds every single workout.
Yeah.
It's such an X factor.
It is. You know, if you don't know where you've been, then you can't really know where you're going to go next. So if you can track your workouts, keep a log, like you said, you know.
Do you go in the gym with your actual workout? Like
I have an app on my phone where I track everything, and then it forces me. Like, okay, last week I did 100 pounds. This week I'm going to try 105 pounds. You know, just like those little incremental steps make a big difference over time, because at the end of the year, now you're doing 150 pounds. You know what I mean? So just constantly, constantly tracking your growth. You know, just track everything. I'm a numbers guy, so I track every single thing I do.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys follow him on Instagram. I'll link it in the bio. Thank you so much.
So give the people a flex.
So we're going 12 weeks. 12 weeks, baby.
We're gonna gain an inch on these arms, at least
That's
an inch.
Goal. That's my goal. I'm at 17 right now, so I want to get to 18.
I think I'm at like 17 right now too.
But your muscle belly insertions are way different. See, he's got the crazy bicep.
Yeah, so I got the split in there too.
That's insane. You even got the separation.
I know. I'm chubby right now too. So.
That's probably genetic.
Genetics. Yeah, I have a shorter bicep head.
Yeah. So I got long bicep. My wingspan is 6'5".
Oh wow.
I got like that. Those kind of like longer insertions.
Yeah.
Just like if Kevin Durant was trying to get big arms, he probably wouldn't be as successful.
It would take a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, awesome, man. Thanks. It was nice meeting you. And best of luck.
Really? Yeah. You only did arms.
And then the last 3 months, everything together.
Interesting.
So, what I mean is, if you take all the energy into body parts,
It's gonna grow more.
all the blood go in the nutrition there.
Yeah.
Then when you get equal, then you go back to equal.
So you think over the course of 12 weeks, I shouldn't squat as much, I shouldn't bench as much, I should put more energy?
Slow down and then throw the weak point.
Dude, I love it.
You won't believe.
That's the best outside the box advice I've got here.
That's the best thing I ever did.
So you literally didn't train anything else than arms, like thighs and tries, that's it.
Only for
How many days a week?
6 weeks.
How many days a week though?
1 week 2, 1 week 3.
Okay, so 2 to 3 times a week.
Because 3 was like too much and 2 was too grow.
Yeah. Okay. I really appreciate it. That's awesome
Yeah,
advice.
it makes a difference.
Yeah.
So they started a weak arm, the guys who didn't like me.
Right.
Then said double biceps, I give him a double bicep shot, the guy went like this.
I love it.
So, you know, it's the thing.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And he said his favorite bicep exercise was cheat curls, and that kind of struck me as weird, because cheat curls have a really bad reputation as being ineffective and useless and not overloading the bicep. But he told me one simple switch that makes cheat curls the best bicep mass builder in the world. And what he said is, cheat curls, think of it as a weight that you can do about 8 to 10 times with strict perfect form and no more. So basically like 8 to 10 reps is your complete failure. But that is like, you're not swinging. So you're not like swinging, you're not using any bit of momentum, your shoulders are back, and you're squeezing, going nice and slow for 8 to 10 total reps. Now with the cheat curl part, how this comes in is once you're at failure, now is when you do the cheat curls. So think of it like this, your biceps are already fully fatigued, your biceps are overloaded, and now it's okay to swing. Now it's okay to really swing and put your entire body into it because you've already overloaded your biceps. So just doing 6 to 8 more reps of cheat curls after you've overloaded that bicep with perfect form is the perfect recipe to put as much mass, overload, and time under tension on the muscle group as humanly possible. Alright, so I'm trying to grow my arms as much as humanly possible over the next 12 weeks. What should I do?
One, I think it's hopeless. Honestly, I'm a big believer in less is more, so I feel like it's more like a hit approach.
So low volume, higher frequency. So what I do personally is like after chest and shoulders, like I hit a little bit of tries. When I say a little bit, I say like maybe 2 exercises, 2 working sets.
Right.
So 4 sets total, not counting my warm-ups and the pump sets, actual working sets to failure. But then I'll hit it again with my chest and shoulder workout like 2 to 3 days later.
Okay.
So when you really think about it, all your pressing movements, you're engaging the triceps. Really, any upper body movement, you're engaging your arms, no matter what. Some percentages, something you're working.
But if it's a legging muscle group, do you think you should train it differently? Like maybe focus one training day on biceps and tries only?
I do, but however, I don't think you should spend hours on biceps and triceps, like an hour on triceps or even 45 minutes on triceps. It should just be a hit and go, so then separate an arm day and still, so say you had an arm day on, say you hit all your body parts, you put an arm day on Saturday, the day you hit chest, hit a little bit of triceps as well, the day you hit back, hit a little bit of biceps as well, have that be more of like just a touch-up day. So you're really hitting your arms a whole day on Saturday, and then you're doing touch-ups on say like Monday and Wednesday. So you're really engaging your arms technically 3 times a week.
Of course.
You know, so that's what I would do. So if you wanted to hit chest and biceps, chest you're hitting triceps with pressing. Then you're hitting biceps, the antagonist muscle.
Of course,
Okay. Then when you do back, you're hitting biceps with back. You're finishing up with a little bit of triceps on say Wednesday. Then come Saturday, you're hitting a full-out arm workout. However, it's a small muscle group, so you don't want to abuse it like you would do 20 sets with your legs, 20 sets with your back. It's kind of like I would say 8 sets max per muscle. And then just lay off and then hit it again. Higher frequency, less volume.
Win a show this year, next year. I might do both divisions. Everything's up in the air, but
so you might do classic and
I might do both. It's just first thing I gotta quit traveling. I travel so much.
I've been traveling for the last 4 months, and like it has taken such a toll on my physique.
You lose weight. Like I'll get shredded when I travel, but I'll lose muscle. So
exactly, it's easy to do like intermittent fasting and just lower the macros when you're traveling, but to get all your protein in, your carbs, your training, everything.
And that's what's funny. My body doesn't. I'll be healthy, but I cannot gain muscle on intermittent fasting. I just really metabolism is too fast. I gotta eat all the time. Arms.
Oh, one more question. I know you're in that documentary, The Perfect Physique, right? So I'm basically, my biggest motivation for trying to work in the fitness industry was I stumbled across Greg Plitt's stuff. about 8 years ago. So how was he in person? I talked to him a few times, but how was he like
in person? He can be like, I guess the first impression I got, when I was a big fan of his as well, because he was the first guy to take the fitness industry and turn it into a career.
Yeah,
you know,
he was before YouTube and everything. Like he had his site, his members area.
Yeah, he had the videos on his website, the first to do a membership website successfully.
Right.
And you know, on the movie, you know, I met him before that, but on the movie we talked a lot about supplement companies and endorsements and how to, you know, how it's vital to own your own brand and to brand yourself so you're not reliant. But whenever Greg in real life was really just like he looked out for the people he cared about. So if you came to him and he had a little bit of time to give you advice, he would give you like straight advice, no bullshit, no, like he would tell you like it is. Like if there's a company that he didn't like, you know, he'd tell you like his. And a lot of people sugarcoat everything and make everything so.
He just kept it real.
G-rated. And he would tell you straight up about, you know, his opinions. And I respected that because you know Greg wasn't the type of guy who would lie or brown nose just to get something.
That's what I remember being at the expo and he would just talk to you like he was so zoned in to like what you had to say, like your problems. Yeah, that's what I really respected about him. But anyways, we are with an IFBB pro and he's gonna give us his 2 biggest arm training tips. So actually, let me reverse that question. If you're struggling, say, to build your biceps and triceps, what is the #1 tip that you have to say? Like, would it be time under tension?
I would prioritize. I do a lot of different techniques for my arms. I've even done strength training for arms.
So just try to do like 2 to 4 rep max and kind of do progressive.
I called them like power curls, and I would do very heavy tricep, you know, close grip bench press. Okay. But that was very short. Like you can't use strength training a lot for arms because the tendons and ligaments can strip away and you can get injured.
So especially like the wrist if you're doing like real heavy barbell.
Exactly. But you can do it for a few weeks, you know, maybe even up to 4 weeks. But yeah, your question, I spend more time under tension, and I spend the 12 to 15 rep range, a lot of drop sets. Basically, the arms are such a small muscle group that if they're not engorged with blood and if you don't have the best pump possible, then you're probably not working your arms correctly. If you have a good arm day, your arms should feel like, I mean, you can barely lift them. They should feel so pumped. And if they're not feeling that pump, you're probably not working your arms correctly. So I could say do this to get a pump, but I feel like everyone gets a pump based on different variations of a repetition scheme. So for me, it's like 12 to 20 reps, drop sets, rest pauses.
What about FST7? Do you do much of that?
I do intermittent stretching. So it's different from FST7. Intermittent stretching is something that I came up with because I knew that stretching the fascia after a set. So
instead of tensing like isometrics, you're actually stretching it out.
So I'll do a set, and then I'll do 7 reps, and then I'll kind of stretch my biceps. Do more.
How long are you stretching the bottom for? Like 15, 20
Real
seconds?
instinctive. No, maybe like 2 or 3 seconds. It's with and then after the set, then I'll stretch more, and I'll stretch my biceps, or I'll do triceps. With my clients, I would have them do like an overhead extension, and then I would take my client's arm and I would stretch out, and I would stretch his tricep like this.
Stretch right there.
In between sets. So I like the FST7, but I also like intermittent stretching, and I also like BFR training, blood flow restriction. I think that's something for advanced.
I've been talking to Steve Weatherford a bit about that, and that's actually, so on my channel, I'm doing a 12-week experiment where I'm trying to grow my arms as much as humanly possible over the course of 12 weeks. So I'm basically doing like a compilation of everyone's kind of crazy outside the box training. So I was gonna do his blood flow restriction kind of style stuff. I was gonna do, let me ask you this.
Try out my 1,000 rep arm day. We put it
on YouTube?
We put it on Jeremy's YouTube channel, Jeremy Buendia.
I'm gonna check that out for sure. So 1,000 reps in one day.
And then I also have a 30-minute arm challenge. So the 1,000 rep arm day is like an hour and a half of arms. You have to have healthy arms.
I'm excited for this. That's awesome.
And the 30 rep arm challenge is basically, can you do 30 sets in 30 minutes?
Wow. So it's basically like no rest time.
No rest.
So how many days a week should I train bis and tris? I'm trying to get the maximum
For this 12 weeks, for this unique goal, for your innate goal, I think, man, I would be training arms twice a week.
Yeah.
And if my arms were recovering,
kill it. Like when you train twice a week, you will fucking kill it, right?
Yeah, I would even throw the first like 2 weeks of strength training, like super heavy days, and then
Like
the last
kind of stuff.
Yeah, I would periodize the reps to where at the end of the 12 weeks I'm looking higher reps. At the beginning I would add more and more reps every week, and then if they were healthy, I would even have it a third day if I had to.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, that's been the consensus. I asked Terron Beckham, he said twice. Martyn said twice. Pretty much everyone's saying 2 to 3 times.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. One last question. What is the ideal rest time, do you think, for arm training? Because you're saying you want to keep that blood pumping, you want to keep the pump going. So if you're resting more than like 60, 75 seconds, that kind of hinders that, right?
For strength training, I would say 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
But remember, we said with strength training, we're not going to be training that long, or we're not going to be doing that often.
Right.
So, but any other time, I like to do like 30 to 60 seconds on arms.
Okay.
I mean, arm day is sometimes my hardest workout because I'm resting the least.
Right.
So I like arm day because you can get in, get out sweet, rest very little, and you know, barely drive home.
Yeah. I love it, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you, brother.
Train their arms for a while, and I'm seeing that really you're going to biceps triceps. What's the number one thing that you think is right for their arms? Honestly, I don't know what they've been doing. It's hard to answer because if you told me like you've been training arms for 6 months, I don't know how. Yeah. So it's hard for me to answer. Same thing as been doing hammer curls, like regular barbell curls, but seeing almost no results in their biceps. Depends on how much volume they're doing. So there's so many more questions I think you should ask. Like figure out like how much volume they're doing on heavy weights. Higher volume, low volume. And once you figure that out, a lot of times it's just changing what they're already doing. Like, they're doing high volume, try low volume. They're doing low volume, try high volume. Like, if they're kind of like that, not at all. The question is, like, how long are they actually doing this for? Because I think a lot of people that go, oh, I want to train arms, so they do a bunch of different types of exercises. They have no real rhyme or reason. They switch it next week, or they switch it next week, or they switch it to the other week. So they're never giving their body time to like, actually adapt to a training. I'm big on like progressive movement, like tracking every single lift and scoring like 2.5 to 5 pounds every single week. If you do that for like a year, it works for everything. It works for arms, it works for everybody. So you can always imagine what that person's are. Appreciate it. So Superhuman, your family, make sure you follow Bradley Martyn. You guys probably already know who he is. You already follow him, but thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Guys, so I really hope you enjoyed the video, and most importantly, make sure you guys turn on post notifications, or if you're new to the channel, subscribe, because next week we're going to start the 12-week arm transformation series, and I just want to push you guys and also give you guys the best information possible on achieving your goals. And I know there's so many different obstacles with growing a body part, especially if it's a leggy muscle group, and most fitness experts, YouTubers, they just kind of give you their perception of reality, like their best tips, their best information. But I'm trying to get it from the world's best, the people at the top of the world in fitness. And even if some of these guys are on steroids, even if some of them, you know, take drugs, do illegal things like that, it doesn't mean they don't have the best information possible on helping you reach that goal. So I can't wait to show you guys some incredible bicep and tricep workouts. So I'm gonna release the official information on the arm challenge on the upload on Monday next week. And I just really look forward to you guys joining, and let me know in the comments below too if you plan on joining, just so I have kind of an idea of how many people want to take part in the transformation. And I will see you guys on the next video.
You ain't got no gains. You ain't lift no weights.